I'm hungry. Hungry for review. What's up? I'm Trent Windsor, and we're here in search of the perfect shuffle. It's time for another segment of Clearing Out the Archives, where I shuffle my music, and whichever album pops up, that is the album I review, song by song. If a song is more than 50% skippable, if I would skip it more than half the time, I say get rid of it. If it is less than 50% skippable, if I would listen to it more than half the time, I say hold on to it. It's a great addition for your perfect shuffle. Last time we shuffled our music, and the album that popped up was San Cisco by San Cisco. San Cisco is an indie pop group from Australia.
They come from the land down under.
I actually first heard of San Cisco when they performed at Lollapalooza back in 2013, but it kind of seems like there was a billion indie pop groups starting to get popular at that time. So for me, they kind of just blended into the sea of pop, indie, pop bands that were popping up and becoming popular. San Cisco themselves, however, described their sound as squelchy, crispy, streamlined, hairy indie. Half of those words made me a little bit nauseous. What does that even mean? Let's see if we can find out as I review this album song by song. The first song is called Beach. This is a song that has a lot of very decadent synths. It sounds like it belongs on a cassette, if that makes any sense. Maybe like a happy version of the Stranger Things theme song. You know, it's got classic, awkward indie kid lyrics. You got some unrequited love. Some of it is just straight up unrequited love. Some of it is she moved away. One of the verses is how she's dead. But you shouldn't feel bad about unrequited love if your love is dead.
For your health.
In this song and many other songs on the album, the chorus is sung by the drummer. Her name is Scarlett. She has a very plain voice, to the point where it's almost childlike. That's not my favorite thing in the world, and later on in the album gets a little bit grinding. It's a song with a very neon vibe. I hate to say 80s inspired because that seems like
Everything with synth, is 80s inspired.
but like I said, it's like a happy Stranger Things, cool indie neon vibes. Bad chorus. I would say this one is 40% skippable. Song number 2 is called Fred Astaire, one of the two more popular songs on the album. This one's got some light bouncy guitars, some tambourine. It's a pretty simple song. It's very pleasant, very happy, very peppy. The lyrics are really interesting. He's talking about how she may like him, but Fred Astaire is the man for her. Fred Astaire is dead, so hopefully he's not the man for her. Maybe it's like a Fred Astaire lookalike, but I mean, very spooky. Halloween's coming up, I guess. My main qualm with this song is that at one point there's a high-pitched synth solo that is pretty annoying and honestly very basic. The whole song is basic, simple, however you want to put that, but this synth solo is basic. So all things considered, I'd say this one is 35% skippable. Song number 3 is called Awkward. Are you feeling it yet? The narrative of this song is that it kind of starts out an awkward crush, you know, kind of missed connection, and this progresses and develops into more of a stocky relationship. Everything about this song is very awkward. Starting out with the very first chord, it's an awkward chord, one of those types of things where you put your fingers down on some random strings and see what it sounds like, and they really went with it. And I think turned it into something cool. There's this weird abstract noodling on the synth in the background that has a very awkward vibe and makes the song a little bit unsettling. The drummer's vocals are awkward, but I don't know if that was on purpose. It ends really abruptly, which is also very awkward and kind of concerning, considering at the end it's like a stalker type situation. Even the music video for this one is awkward. You've got pretty plain background, kind of an expressionless performance from the two people singing, and then the rest of the bandmates kind of popping their heads out in an awkward fashion throughout the rest of the video. I think this is the most interesting song on the album. I think it's a really cool concept, a very nice song. I would say this one is 30% skippable. Song number 4 is called Hunter. This is a very basic song, basic indie. There's these falsetto type things going on in the background. And that's very basic. It's very played out in indie music. It's also very repetitive. So very blah song, 80% skippable. Song number 5 is called Wild Things. Wild Things started out pretty cool, very breezy, these pretty cool sweeping keyboard parts. But then there was a lot more singing from Scarlett the drummer, which was not amazing. When there's more singing from her than the main singer, that's a bad balance. Then when you get to the bridge, tragedy strikes. The melody is whistled. No! Not only is that played out, it's annoying. So this one is 60% skippable. Song number 6 is called No Friends. This one's more fast-paced, it's fun. It's got these chunky guitar parts that I very much enjoy that adds the energy and the playfulness of the song. There's even a cool little guitar solo in there, which I appreciate. It's a fun little summer jam. It's nothing too special, nothing too crazy. This one is 40% skippable. Song number 7 is called Lyall. This song starts out with la la la's. And from the very first la la la, this song is incredibly corny. Can't handle how corny it is. This one is 80% skippable. Boy. Song number 8 is called Metaphors, and if you thought you were done with the la la la's, you were wrong. Because not only there's la la la's, there's sha-na-nas and ooh-ooh-oohs and hey-hey-heys. It reminds me of the band from Strong Bad Emails. They're called Limousine.
Na-na-la-la-la, hey-hey-doo-doo.
All of that just doesn't quite work for me. Along with that, the drummer's voice is just so childish that it sounds like it's kids singing the whole time. This song should be renamed Onomatopoeia. It's a terrible joke. This one is 65% skippable. Song number 9 is called Mission Failed. This one has a very fuzzy neon style. It's a lot more atmospheric. It has very light, relaxed guitar. Unfortunately, the chorus is just lame. It's a poor melody, and you know how I feel about those poorly crafted melodies. So unfortunately, I would say this one is 55% skippable. Song number 10 is called Stella. This one has a light, fun opening, and it transitions into more fuzzy, staticky guitars. There's these fun little ad-libs from Scarlett. She throws a little freak out in there. It actually kind of reminds me of the Teen Titans theme song.
Teen Titans!
You know, it's kind of like a Japanese style anime, high-pitched, childish voice. This one's a lot more rock-centered, less synth-centered. It's very fun. Once again, nothing special, nothing too crazy. I would say this one is also 40% skippable. Song number 11 is called Rocket Ship. The intro to this song is pretty reminiscent of Sympathy for the Devil by the Rolling Stones. Pretty simplistic start, you know, bare bones, and then we get into it once we hit the chorus. The chorus, unfortunately, is just a group chorus of ooh la la's, which I already told you how I feel about that. It's pretty bad, it's pretty sappy. This one is 70% skippable. Song number 12 is called Nepal. This one's kind of a sappy, sweet, nostalgic breakup song. Something about those 80s style synths just always feel very nostalgic to me.
And I know I said 80s style again, I'm sorry.
It always feels like a prom scene or something in an 80s movie. It's fun, it's nice, there's not much to set it apart from the others, but I say keep it around. This one's 45% skippable. And that is the album. Tallying everything up, mathematically, this album is 53% skippable. At this point in their career, San Cisco was a young band. They were just starting out, and I think in later years and later albums, they did a little bit more to set themselves apart from others, and they really matured in their sound. The immaturity is what I think contributed to the ultimate downfall of this album. There's a couple gems that I really enjoy, and a couple that I kind of tolerate and don't mind keeping around. But most of it, I think, is a throwaway. I didn't hear a lot of squelchiness. I didn't hear a lot of hairiness, but I did see a lot of streamlined action going on. Maybe the squelchy, hairy parts were the parts I didn't like. This is a good lesson to be wary of judging a band by their first album. All right, let's shuffle our music and see which album I'll be reviewing next. All right, we're just gonna go into our music library here, go into albums, and hit shuffle. Alright, looks like the next album I'll be reviewing is Harry Styles by Harry Styles. If you like what I'm doing here, if you're new to the channel, please consider liking this video, subscribing to my channel, turning on the notifications. I really appreciate it. Leave a comment, let me know what you think about San Cisco, let me know what you think about other indie pop. I'd love to hear your opinions. If you want to request an album, I'm also reading those comments too. I will link the videos for some of the music I talked about below in the description. Also below in the description is the playlist for the best new music of August, so go check that out. If you want to hear what I'm listening to, if you want to hear any of the new music from August, go ahead and listen to my radio station on the Stationhead app. It is totally free, and my radio station is playing at all times. It is at Shuffle Perfect. I'm Trent Windsor, and this is the Perfect Shuffle. Maybe like a happy version of the Stranger Theme, the Stranger Themes theme song.